Okay, and you guys are on.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to do this. I have been looking forward to it since Rachel put this team thing together. I think this is a great place for us to just really get intimate and get into some really cool stuff, attack some of the detailed stuff. So a little bit about me for those of you that don't know, because I know there'll be plenty that will listen to the recording if they haven't been able to hop on tonight, but welcome anyway. And a little bit about me. I have been with Isagenix a little bit after Rach. I could probably say within 24 hours that I signed up after her. So a little bit about me personally. I am married to my husband for 37 years. I have 6 children and 4 grandbabies and 1 on the way. And so that's very, very exciting. And so for me, I have a lot of hats that I wear, and I love each one of them, but they keep me crazy, insane busy, and just like I'm sure everybody's life. But I was introduced to Isagenix. What is a little bit about my story? As you can probably be aware, I'm a little bit older, and so I was involved previously with another health and wellness company. And we were more about a quick fix product now. And I, getting a little bit older with my hubby too, we were looking actually for some products that were actually going to help us move into the next phase of our life, which was healthy aging. And I wasn't even quite sure that I was looking for that, but we were introduced to Isagenix. Plus, we were experiencing some of the things that come along with getting older and aging, and we just thought that that was the norm. And so I was living with lots of some physical aches and pains and lack of sleep, and just really overall not what I thought was aging well. And I actually said to my husband one day, if this is what aging is all about, I'm done. Like, I don't want this. And so I was very, very interested to learn a lot about the Isagenix products, and it was very quickly after using the products and beginning to put the products into our bodies that basically a huge transformation happened for me personally. I started sleeping better. I had energy. The aches and pains quickly subsided, and I know we're not allowed to say anything about medical claims, but I didn't have a diagnosis. I just knew what I felt. So the aches and pains in my joints, I just felt amazing. So I know and believe that, getting on this journey and has been huge transformation for me. My passion is people. And I love to be able to have something that I can offer to people that can completely, I know and be convinced can transform their lives. So being involved with Isagenix has given us the opportunity to do just that, but also to create something for us as a family that would hopefully move into, creating the freedom that a lot of couples at our age, when we consider retirement, just don't have an option anymore. And it's very hard to find. And so I know, being in the industry probably about, I can't believe saying this even out loud, 7 years almost, like that's crazy to me. Has been amazing. And so finding Isagenix for me, my husband, has completely just turned everything around for us health-wise, but also we know we're driving like the absolute perfect vehicle. So it's like the perfect storm coming together for us. And so I'm excited. I'm excited because I know that this is going to take us into years and years and years of being able to bless others that we come in touch with. And we offer not just the products and help them feel better and live, like we hear all the time, live out of their best body, but also to create, the freedom that so many families long for, young and old, whatever stage of life that they're in. So I'm feeling like completely blessed. And I want to take a moment and just introduce a very, very sweet friend to me. Her name is Sears. And I'm going to say this out loud. I hope she's not going to be offended. I know she won't. But Jen and I know each other probably for over 45 years. That's crazy.
That's a long time.
That puts us like in grammar school.
Yep.
So, we grew up very young for years in the same neighborhood and went to school together. And then we grew up. And, we moved apart, and thank goodness for social media and Facebook. But Jen has come into my life since I started back again with Isogenics, and we reconnected. And she doesn't know this, I know she doesn't believe it, but she has been just the biggest inspiration to me. She's such a joy. She fills a part of my heart that nobody else can fill. I love her dearly. And you are going to just be refreshed. She's so strong. She cares so much for people. She has a passion just for helping others. And I want her to share her story with you tonight as well. Jen.
Okay, am I unmuted? You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So, yeah, finding Donna, what a treat. I was so blessed to find her. I had requested her, gosh, maybe a month or so before Isogenics. And she cast out her little hook there and reeled me right in. I private messaged her and I said, what are you selling? What's going on? Tell me all about it. But it's been a blessing to reconnect with her. So a little bit of my story. Some of you guys, when we were in Texas, heard it. Donna, I know, knows my story. But there I was one day. I was working on my front yard. I was single, had this little teeny house I was renting, working on my front yard. And it was daylight savings time, and I wanted to get in a good fast walk. I'm not really able to run anymore. And so I know this is going to sound funny when I say this, but it kind of ties into the video. I'm a everything happens for a reason person, right? So I literally hop onto the sidewalk and I do my pretend power walk down the sidewalk, and I get about 100 feet and I'm like, damn it, I need to go to the bathroom. So I run back in the house, go to the bathroom. Now, the reason I mention this is it changed the course of my life, going to the bathroom. Hop back on the sidewalk, start walking down the street, round the corner, and I lived in Grover Beach at the time, and it's a place that has sidewalks, and then, no sidewalks and sidewalks and no sidewalks. And so I don't have any music playing. I just have my phone kind of tucked, in my bra. And I'm walking down the street and I get hit by a truck. I'm on the side of the road. There is no sidewalk, but the 16-year-old kid in a lifted Toyota truck turns into a shopping center. I don't remember it. I must have been kind of right in the opening of the driveway. Hits me at about 40 miles an hour. And I get knocked about 20 feet. I broke my arm in 3 places, 11 staples in my head, major concussion. And I always think, what would have happened if I wouldn't have gone to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Would I have been just that second past the driveway and he would have missed me? But that ended up being a godsend, believe it or not. Sorry, I get a little emotional. But everything happens for a reason. And of course, a lot of times, sorry.
Okay.
A lot of times you don't know what the reason is when it happens, Meanwhile, down here in Camarillo, where I live now, my father needs a quadruple bypass. And he goes and he has that and he makes it through the surgery really well. But after that, he has a couple strokes. And he's not the typical stroke that I think of anyway. I haven't had a lot of exposure to that. But he lost his memory. And my mom's having a really hard time. So I connect with Donna on Facebook. I was always that girl was trying to lose the same 20 pounds over and over and over and over. And I was always looking for that number, 135, 135, 135. And I was in a lot of pain. I had healed well, but when you get older, there's just, like Donna was saying, aches and pains. And because of being hit so hard, and my wrist didn't heal right after the surgery, and I just was looking not only to lose the weight, but I was trying to get healthy. And the money that I got from being hit afforded me to be able to quit my job and come here and help my mom with my dad. So it was just a blessing, of course. And then I had isogenics. Wow. Day 8, 5 shake days, 2 cleanse days. I wake up.
Yeah.
And my life has changed forever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Amen.
You cannot explain that feeling to a customer unless they know.
Jackson Abel.
You know, you just, it's hard to explain it to people. Changed my life forever. Changed the way I view food. Changed the way I get on the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Took away my aches and pains. And I'm a different person. I'm able to hike almost 6 or 7 days a week with my boyfriend. We've done some really big hikes, 17 miles. We climbed literally 4,700 floors. We climbed to the snow.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been amazing. And my belief with isogenics now, you know, it's like Donna said, you got a lot of hats on. I've got 3 kids, 4 grandkids, ailing parents, but that 10 pounds, that's off my list. I don't have to worry about that anymore. And what a gift.
Mm-hmm.
What a gift. So I just want to reach as many people as I can and explain. And it's sometimes so hard, it's frustrating, right? You know, I've always been a salesperson my whole life, and I was chatting with a gentleman who needs us so badly. He's 363 pounds. And he messages me back and he says, in caps, ABC. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking I'm old. I don't know what that means. But I knew as a salesperson, when he said it back to me, he says, always be closing. And I thought, oh my God, he thinks I'm trying to sell him something. And the funny thing is that never even crossed my mind. I'm trying to save his life.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope I can reach as many people as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's hard and I'm having a hard time right now, I'll never give up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen. You're amazing. You're amazing. That's all I'm going to say, you know, and you will go forward. And what I want to do tonight is I want to just move forward. And I have, for me, being on this journey, and from the very beginning of this journey, even when I wasn't aware of it, I didn't realize how much personal development was a part of the journey for me. I had no idea, even when I started, that was going to be what was in. I didn't know I was even doing it. But there was the sense of passion, like Jen just shared. When you understand the profession that we're in, when you understand and you have a service heart and you want to help people, genuinely help people, it's just part of putting yourself in the position that you're never going to stop, and you're never going to quit, and you're never going to let go, and you're never going to give. And now with Isogenics, we are carrying the biggest blessing and the biggest, miracle that we can offer to people that we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, like the right vehicle, going to change lives. And so with everything that you have inside of you that says you're not going to give up and you're not going to quit, you set yourself on a path of personal development, and it's going to be part of what you do continually. So since the beginning of my journey too, the greatest thing, and I wanted to share this before I share a short little video clip that we're all going to watch together, is that probably, and I shared this with Jen earlier, the greatest amount of growth, like I think we've come through life and we always gain knowledge, but the growth, the application of what we learn and how we view it never truly happens. And it hasn't happened for me until I got involved with this profession, because it was tied to the fact that I would never stop serving people, and people are first. And so I want Rach to share my screen. Be patient with me while I decide I know how to do this. All right, it's about 5 minutes. I'm going to play it.
I see so many people that are absolutely trapped by their past. They're reliving the same story over and over and over again. They cannot move forward. They either look at the past as something that they become a victim of, they were a victim of some circumstance, and they're replaying that over and over and over, or they've looked at their failures and they've lost a sense of self. They've allowed those failures, instead of a learning experience, the meaning that they applied to the failures were they were not good enough, they were not capable, they were not deserving, and they've applied a meaning to that past that hurts and damages the steps that they can take for a better future. See, how we feel about the past has a huge impact. Jim Rohn helped me with this early on in my career. He said, how you feel about the experiences that you've gone through and the meaning that you apply to it is going to have a huge impact on what you do in the future. Because for me, I viewed my challenges, because for example, when I first started in network marketing, I had 18 jobs prior to that. 18 jobs before I got started in network marketing. What did that history say about me? It said that I don't finish anything. It said that I get started and then I get distracted and I move on. It said that I wasn't willing to do the work necessary in order to be successful. I wasn't willing to get better and get past that entry-level job. I wasn't willing to be disciplined enough to have success in life. That's what those 18 jobs said. And at the beginning in network marketing, I lived in that past, and I had this huge amount of self-doubt that I was going to repeat the pattern. Okay, so I had to change the meaning that I had previously to when I looked at those 18 jobs. I changed the meaning to those 18 jobs were necessary for me to find my passion. That if I became excellent, amazing at one of those 18 jobs, I might have never found the thing that allowed me to live my fullest life, this network marketing profession. Those failures, quote unquote, were necessary to open my mind to the possibilities of what network marketing might provide for me and my family and for my future. See, once I changed the meaning that I applied to that experience, I was able to now have fuel to move forward into the future. If I looked at that as that was my repeating pattern, I never finished anything, I never have any money, I never do anything, just like my high school experience. I barely got out of high school. C- average. Lots of D's, several F's in my high school experience. What would that past tell me about my future? I went to one semester of college and dropped out. What would that past tell me about my future? Unless I applied the right meaning to it, I was going to be stuck, repeating this pattern over and over and over again. And some of you are stuck. Some of you are stuck with the meaning that you've applied to the past in your life. If you've been involved in network marketing for a while, your past in network marketing might be affecting your future. You might be saying, well, I can never get duplication. You're saying that over and over. That belief is not going to serve you. You might be saying, well, I get distracted too much, and I can't finish anything in network marketing. Who would follow me? I'm not a leader. You start saying that enough, even though there's evidence that your path would lead you to that conclusion, you can change the meaning that you apply to it. And you can change it and refocus and use it now. Use the past as a school. Use it as leverage. Use it as lessons. Use it as your life experience. Use it as examples of what not to do. Use it for all the different things that you want. That is positive for your belief system. You control your belief system. You control the meaning that you apply to the things that have happened in your life. And if you'll allow yourself to forgive yourself for mistakes, understand that was part of your journey, even if it was the mistake you made yesterday, it doesn't define you. That belief does not have to define you anymore. Hey, my name is Eric Worre, and if you're involved in the next...
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And for those of you that do not know who that gentleman is, I should have introduced him first. His name is Eric Worre, and he is the author of the very amazing book, GoPro. He is also the founder of Network Marketing Professionals, and absolutely love everything that he offers us in the industry. But the name of that video is "You Can't Kill the Past." And very much of what he was talking about is exactly what Jen and I have been sharing with you, is that so much of what we have come through in our life is intended to be there for a purpose. And I know that you will probably want to go back and revisit that video over, and I encourage you to do that. Revisit it over and over and over again. Listen to it as many times as you have to. I think I've listened to it about 10 to 15 times already, but it came at a pertinent time, and I really felt that this was what we should share. And right now, what I want to do is just ask Jen, because I let her I asked her to listen to this video prior to us getting on the training tonight, and I asked her to listen to it and share her takeaway from that video. And Jen, would you be so sweet to do that, please?
Sure. Well, kind of what I was saying in the beginning of my story when I was trying to be funny about going, stopping and going to the bathroom, before I went on my walk. I kept saying to myself, what if I wouldn't have done that? What if I wouldn't have done that? Everything happens for a reason. And I watched it and I realized, if your whole life is made up of the things that have happened to you, then your mistakes are as important as your success. Maybe I'm not ever going to sell another pack again. Maybe I'll never enroll another customer again. I certainly think I will, but I met every one of you guys, or most of you, and my life has been changed forever, and I will never stop spreading the word. So I think we can tend to be really hard on ourselves. Donna wouldn't be who she is without going through the mistakes that she's made. And I always see her post, there are no mistakes with God. So embrace where we've come from, because that's what got us here. Amen.
It's true. It's absolutely true, Jen. Everything, even the personal things. So it's not just about business. It's definitely about life, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, if you have to become a strong individual to be able to lead, like Rachel and you and Jen and Pam and, lots of other people I don't know. That's what gives us the human compassion. That's what helps us come up with our why. That's when I'm talking to someone and I'm bawling like I'm talking to you guys. That's what makes me me, and that's what makes you you, and that's important.
Absolutely. And it's like each one of us are pieces to one big puzzle, right?
Absolutely.
But nothing is in vain, and I believe that. If you want to call it God ordained, you want to call it, I believe that everything happens for a reason. Whatever it is that you put to that, I have to say that there isn't anything in our personal lives. And for this sake, just for now, what I want to share is I want to merge, the mindset and the personal development piece, and just focus and share 3 simple truths that were really, stood out for me And that were my takeaways from this video. And it started as a personal thing where I felt that, I was being spoken to regarding where I am in my business. And as I started to really try to think on what it was that I was supposed to share tonight and talk about, this is my passion. My passion is helping us we hear so much about how it is, you cannot separate the business from your life. They are so tightly intertwined that you can't do one without the other, and you cannot be successful without one and without the other. And so if you, like Jen was sharing, are ever experiencing a moment, and you will, where you feel stuck, and you feel like you cannot move forward, or there is something that you need to get over, you will never get through it without personal development. So what does that mean? There's 3 simple truths that I took away, okay, from that video. And please go back and re-listen to that as many times as you need to, because you will get aha moments if you haven't already gotten some. But I want to read the 3 that stood out for me. Okay, truth number 1. In this business, without a doubt, there will always, not sometimes, but there will always be hurdles to jump over, different difficulties. There will be distractions. There will be losses. There will be fears of every kind, fear of rejection, fear of, of failure. That was big for me. Fear, people actually have fear of success. So fear is huge. What would I do? Fear of not being good enough, just a huge realm. So even aside from the practical things like the difficulties in life, the things that can distract us or look like distractions, right? But fear is one of the biggest ones. So fears, there will be setbacks. There will be people that quit. There will be people that stay stuck, and the people that will come and go in our business, right? So that truth number 1, what I want to encourage is that they're always going to come, and that's something that we just have to accept. We have to accept that that's part of the business, just like it's part of life. But it's always going to happen, and I think the best thing that we can do is to really put that in our mind, make that part of our mindset, not to drag us down, like Eric Worre was speaking about, not to pull us back and accept that feel, but rename it. Choose to apply that positively, becoming aware, knowing it's going to happen, and then dealing with what you need to do to get through those things. So truth number 1, there's always going to be those things in your life, hurdles and so forth. Truth number 2, love this. I love this. You're always going to be growing forward, okay? Or I should say, you should always be growing forward, okay? First I wrote down will, and I actually have it scratched off in my notes, and I put should, because we should always be growing forward. So what does that mean? If you're not growing forward, okay, and growing, you will become stagnant. It will become old, okay? You're going to lose your passion eventually, and eventually that's going to result in the death of your business, and you're going to want to quit. So we always should be growing forward. So if you find yourself in a stuck moment, one more time, if you find yourself facing a hurdle, the decision is yours. What are you going to do with it? Where are you going to go with that? Are you going to grow forward, or are you going to get stagnant? And listen, it doesn't mean that you hit that thing and you immediately jump over. I mean, I struggled with things in my journey, personal development, and it took me months and months. And we really need to have each other to help us get through those things. We need to pour into one another. We need to speak life. We need to encourage. We need to pull out each other's greatness so that they can see, because most of us don't see our own gifts. We don't see our own greatness. But we all have something inside of us. So we need each other. It's important to do life together, and that's why I love this. And then truth number 3. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, so if you find yourself in a funk or and you're stuck somewhere, or you're hitting a wall, remember, grow forward. Personal development, it always comes back to putting in something. Personal development. Truth number 3. Your past, okay, including today and every day, going forward, is always going to remain a part of your past. I'm going to say that again. Your past, including today and every day, is always going to remain part of your past. There are always going to be lessons there. So I don't say and don't encourage you to look back unless you're looking back and renaming and choosing to put a new view on what you've come through in your past, okay? So don't stay there, okay? And so, okay, so we know that. You are the only one who can choose how to view it and what you take from it. And yes, it's up to you to decide if and how you're going to use it, like Eric Worre said, to fuel your future. I love that. So your past, including today and every day forward, is going to remain a part of your past. So remember, like he said in that video, you can't kill your past. Okay, it's always going to be there. But what you can do is you decide that you're the only one that can look back at your past, even yesterday, okay, the failures, the shortcomings, the things that you had, the things you didn't overcome, the mistakes that we made, and we can put the right view on it and cause us to grow forward, okay? And yes, it's up to you to decide. Each one of us has the ability to decide what we're going to do with it and how we're going to use it to move forward. I don't know about y'all, but in my life, and this is what spoke personally to me, in my life, I've looked back. And I can, at 57 years old, I can look back and I could think to myself, I've wasted so much time. I should have made different choices. I could have gone to college. Maybe I would have been more. I think it's so much easier for us to wish we had done differently, hope for something that would have worked out differently, could have, should have, would have, but it didn't. But I can look back now, and that's what was spoken to me. I'm looking back now, and I'm seeing that everything that happened to me in my life, personally, and through the journey with network marketing, the personal growth, is part of my journey. It's making me who I am. It's teaching me to daily grow forward. Use it. If you simply make one decision about something that you feel is a negative and turn it into a positive to help you grow forward, then you have done the best thing for your future. You have taken that piece up and made it fuel. And then I just want to close, like Eric Worre said, you can't kill your past. And I say, you can breathe life into your future and see all of its beauty. We are all becoming every day. And I want to challenge each one of you to go back and listen to that video. It is so important that you don't allow anything in your past, even yesterday or the day before or the week before or month before, to keep you living small. Each one of us were created for so much more. We were created for to be such a blessing and to give the gift that we've been given, and it's isogenics. If you're looking at the vehicle as a blessing and know that your life has been changed, it isn't just about creating an income, it's about being a blessing. And if you keep that servant heart first and you constantly remind yourself to grow forward, don't let anything take you out of the game. Don't let anything tear you down or tell you you're not good enough or you're not worthy or you're not capable. Because each one of us together, isn't that cool, Rachel? We learned that quote really early on. Okay, we don't do business alone, right? What is that quote? We're never in business alone.
For yourself, but you're not in business
by yourself. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where else do you go to get that? You know, so I just want to encourage each one of you tonight, if anybody has or did get an aha moment from either the video or something we shared, or wants to give a little bit of input, I would love for you to hear from you now. We can unmute you real quick and you can share something with us.
I want to say something real quick.
Hey, Ray.
Bravo. Absolutely amazing, both of you. Both of you. I mean, this should be like a total standing ovation. Just, you have me choked up because, Donna, I have known you. How many years now? 6 years?
Oh, more than that, babe.
More than that. And, you know, we were brought together by my husband's best friend works for Donna's husband, Joe. And Eddie was over one day and just listening to me on my calls and stuff and said, you know, my boss's wife is looking for something. You call her. And Donna had a zillion and one questions. And she was just one of those that if you bring them into your business, they're a little bit difficult because they have to know every detail and just wasn't sure. And she had never done anything like this before, ever. And just watching you, I mean, you would have, I mean, you're amazing, Donna. Like, I'm sitting here going, I am so uploading this to YouTube and sending it to Lynn and Michael so that they can totally see you guys. Because, Donna, not only are you a phenomenal leader with an incredible heart, the journey that I've watched you go through over the last 6 or 7 years and become the person that you are today and will continue to grow into is just literally blows my mind. Blows my mind. And Jen, holy smokes. You know, that guy that said the ABC thing to you and you said, all I want to do is save your life. I dare you to get on Facebook tomorrow and do a live like you're talking to us tonight with that kind of emotion and just talk to your Facebook friends and tell them your story.
Amen.
And then I kept thinking, how can Jen tell her story to more people? Because that story is just so amazing. The whole thing from A to Z, because that is so absolutely heartfelt and impactful. And if you can tell that story to more people, one-on-one or in group settings, have tasting parties and start by sharing your story. Do you know how many lives that you'll change? I mean, you are so authentic and so sincere. And don't you worry about what other people think, because we all have those people in our life, the people that know us well, and along with the strangers, okay, who view us for whatever reason, but that's not really what's happening here. It's not really what we're all about. It's what's happened in their past, and it's their perception. It has nothing to do with us. So we just need to focus on our message and focus on our mission and not focus on the people that don't want to be a part of it. Because we need to reach those people that need us. And that story is, I've never heard your whole story before. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable, Jen. And thank you so much for getting on tonight and sharing that with us. I mean,
thank you.
Super impactful. So I'm just so proud of you guys. And, you know, the message is so very clear. And I learned that, you know, through my journey is that everything I hated about myself growing up have become my biggest assets. Okay, it took me 47 years to just be who I am. The goofy, the weird, whatever, I'm klutzy, I don't cook, there's a lot of things about me that, is not as good as Jen, as good as Donna's, but these are the things that have become my biggest assets because it makes me real. And believe me, if I can do this, anybody can. And I've learned to embrace that, and so that's what we all need to learn to do is take who we are, every piece of it, the good, the dorky, the whatever it is that you think about yourself, because we all have those things that we think about ourselves, whether it's real to other people, whether that's how people perceive us or not, that's how we're perceiving ourselves. We need to take it all and just run with who we are, the God-made perfect people that we are. And just thank you guys so much. I could just keep going on and on, but I'm going to, I want to open it up because I know I'm not the only one that has a lot to say tonight about you two wonderful women and how you've impacted us tonight on this Zoom. So who's next?
I'm going to go.
Go, Jen.
You guys really rocked this Zoom tonight. And I think what the best part is just how authentic both of you are. And I love the points of your story, Jen. And you're right. I mean, timing is everything. You know, you hear stories of people who, if they'd only been 2 minutes earlier or 2 minutes late, how different the path of their lives would change. And you know, God does. I mean, in Romans 8:28, he tells us that he works all things out for our good and his glory, always, always. And we just have to humble ourselves to him and let that be real for us. Donna, man, the whole mindset thing, you know, that's a big thing for me. I'm a firm believer in mindset, because what you think is what you speak is what comes forth. You know, the Bible also tells us, you know, out of our heart flows the wellspring of life. And I really believe the heart is part of our mindset. And, you know, the take home on this one is really about what are we all thinking about? You know, and wrapping it up with what Rachel said, you know, we are all unique, right? And we don't have to be like somebody else. We don't have to do it the way somebody else does. And I think just embracing our uniqueness, embracing every little fun, goofy, quirky, dorky, stupid little detail of our lives is what makes us who we are. And that attracts people, right? And so perfection is just not there. And it's okay, because nobody's perfect. So this is so great. It was so touching. I've got my notes, and I'm excited to actually go back and watch that Eric Worre video again. So ladies, thank you for bringing that to us, because everything you said is truth, and I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christine, do you want me to unmute you? I can unmute you. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, can you guys hear me now? Sorry. Really touching story, very heartfelt, and just amazing to me. I still am amazed about how rocking these products are. Everybody that I run into, oh, you do isogenics, that's amazing. I've heard about, that's fantastic. I tried that. That was great. I did that, blah, blah, blah. It really changed my life. Oh, I'm so glad I found you. It rocks my world that every day I hear about this, how successful this company is, you know, and how well these products. And every time I hear the podcast, I get so psyched, and I needed that. Donna, I needed your butt whooping today, girlfriend. You gave me a little butt whooping with, you don't even know you did it, but you did it. You spoke to me with the whole message about you're going to be afraid. You're going to come up with rejection. You're going to basically do stuff you don't want to do. You're going to, you know, I forgot what the list was, but it was really good. The list was perfect because I needed to hear it. It happened. Okay, bad word. Stuff went down on my downline that tripped me out, and I was like, out of my control. I can't control this. All I can do is just keep plugging away. And even Rachel couldn't get me out of my little funk today. I was like, and then Donna gave me a little butt whipping today. I really appreciate it. So you guys don't even know, but you know, you're divinely inspired with your message. So thank you very much. Good job. Yes. Awesome. Really good.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and I'll post it on Rising Stars. Okay. So you can hop back on and listen to them all over again. So when you're feeling blue, this is your go-to Zoom so that you can listen to it and just kick yourself in the own butt, right?
Yeah, Rachel, I just want to encourage everybody, as you go back and you listen to it, please, it isn't just for you. What you get as a takeaway, please put in the comments so that it's a blessing to each one of us as well. Because everybody takes something different away because it's personal.
That's right.
We would love for you to share it. Thank you so much. Yes. Love you guys.
Inspire others who were not on with us tonight to watch it. So once I get it uploaded to YouTube and put it on there, make sure you go in with your ahas.
Amen.
You can hold more people in to watch the recording.
And share it with your teams, you know?
Yeah, tag
Definitely
links on it.
copy and paste that. Absolutely.
That's right. Thank you guys again.
Love you guys.
Incredible. Incredible.
Bye.
We'll see you on the 9 o'clock, 10 to the top.
Yes.
Go take a potty break.
Okay.
All right, bye. Hi, Zane.